Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 5th of July 2021. So, this is the series. We'll go over the Shrine of Secrets in Dead by Daylight. There are 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. We go over what they do, how they work, how the perk changes as you tier it up, what characters they come with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on which ones I think you should buy with iridescent shards. So I'm doing a Shrine review every day because the Shrine now resets every day for a while instead of every week because of the event going on, so I'm trying my best to get a review out every day. I think I can do it. It's just quite time consuming for like editing and getting on with stuff in my day, since I actually do have a life. But I'm just trying my best with this. I know the game is still, at least for last gen consoles, in a really bad state right now, so hopefully this is something to kind of keep you engrossed, I guess, until they decide to fix it. But we're just going to get started, I think. First of all, apologies. First of all, we have Adrenaline, which is a Meg Thomas perk, and this one, I feel like we haven't seen this one in a while. It's very powerful. There's a lot of text, but it's quite simple. So, when all the generators are done to power the exit gates, or if the hatch is closed and you're the last person left, Adrenaline triggers. You instantly heal 1 health state and you sprint at 150% of your normal running speed for 5 seconds when the exit gates are powered. Adrenaline is on hold if you are disabled. At the moment it should take effect and will activate when freed. Adrenaline will wake you up if you are asleep when it triggers. Adrenaline ignores the exhausted status effect, causes the exhaust status effect for 60 seconds, and you don't recover from exhausted when running. So that's obviously 50 seconds at tier 2 and 40 seconds at tier 3. So basically, once the last gen is done, you go Super Saiyan mode. You instantly heal a health state from dying to injured, or from injured to healthy. You sprint at the normal exhaustion perk speed, but that's for 5 seconds, not for 3, so you do get a bit longer. It will wake you up if you're playing against a Freddy, if you're in a chase, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It will wake you up. The part about if you're disabled part, it will basically means if you're being carried to the hook, and if you're hooked, or you're being picked up or something. Obviously, you can't. It won't trigger, but the second you get rescued, or if you escape the killer grasp or whatever, it will instantly heal you, which means literally you can get rescued and get right to healthy literally instantly. So that's crazy. Also, it says Adrenaline ignores the exhausted status effect, which means if you're exhausted from like dead hard or sprint burst, it will still trigger anyway, which is crazy. It's the only perk that does that. Obviously you'll be left exhausted again once you finish your sprint. But yeah, if you're already exhausted from something, or from an add-on or something like that, it doesn't matter, because it will literally just trigger anyway and then just leave you exhausted again. So that's pretty crazy. Again, the only downside to this perk is that it is like an endgame perk. You have to get to the final phase, I guess, for it to do anything. But other than that, once it does, like I said, beast mode, man, like it's crazy. So many effects go off at once. It's so many powerful effects: healing, longer sprints, waking up. It literally pauses and waits for you to be freed when for it to work. Ignores exhausted. It's crazy. Literally, other than the fact that you have to get to endgame for it, it's crazy. It's amazing. It's mental. Next up we have Dead Hard, which is a David perk, and again I feel like this is one I think everyone's at least heard of. Basically, while you're injured, you can press the active ability button while you're running and injured to dash forward. During the dash, you avoid damage, and you get exhausted for the same amount of time as Adrenaline. Sorry about that, but yeah, so you dash forward a little bit, and you don't take a hit in that time, and then you get exhausted, obviously. So it's like to use in chase, basically. Mainly used for getting distance. If there's a pallet just in front of you that you can't reach, you can quickly dead hard and reach it, or a window or something. I feel like a lot of people just like to do this in the middle of nowhere, like when they're out in the open, just to avoid a hit, which ultimately doesn't actually change much because you're still going to get caught. Yeah. However, this perk has always been kind of broken because of the way servers and hit detection works. And especially now, again, with last gen consoles, using Dead Hard literally breaks the multiverse. Like, trying to press the button to use this completely frees your game, and then you don't actually get any distance. At least from what I've seen, you don't actually go anywhere, and then you just get downed. So it's kind of unreliable in that sense, and again, even without the last gen current issues we have, this perk's always been like this. I've had Dead Hard as a teachable for about a year now, and it's literally always just been really buggy and really like weird and broken because again of servers and favoring the killer hit and everything, and if you make it to the window or not. So I think it is a good perk. Again, using it in chase to get distance or just to avoid a hit, which again probably shouldn't do because it doesn't actually help you a lot. But I think it's just quite unreliable. Like 100% of the time, you will not be getting value from this perk because half the time it will just leave you exhausted on the ground. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but it is good, I guess. Next up we have Discordance, which is a Legion perk, and this one got changed kind of recently, and there was a whole debate about if Tier 1 Discordance is better than Tier 3. I still never understood that argument, so I can't really comment on that, because I know Ops made a video on it, and then people still to this day are like, is Discordance Tier 1 better than Tier 3? I don't really know about that. I just used the perk at Tier 3. I had literally used all my perks at Tier 3. So, any generator within a range of 64 meters, which is 96 meters at Tier 2 and 128 meters at Tier 3, which is a big range, mind you, that is being repaired by 2 or more survivors is marked by a yellow aura. When the generator is first highlighted, Discordance triggers a loud noise notification on the generator. After the generator is no longer within range, or is no longer being repaired by 2 or more survivors, the aura remains for another 4 seconds. So before it used to be when 2 or more people are on a gen, it would highlight the aura in yellow for like 8 or 12 seconds, because I think it was 4 seconds, 8 seconds, and then 12. And then the aura would just vanish, and you're like, okay, that's where it is. But now it will stay highlighted until the gen's done, or until you're out of range, or they stop working on it together. I think it's a really good early to mid game perk, because I know a lot of, if you don't have Corrupt, for example, or even if you do have Corrupt, to be fair, a lot of people like spawn together and like go on gens like right away, so it's good to like immediately find someone. Mid game again, it's kind of good if you're in a chase, or if you're at a point where you're kind of just walking around and nothing's happening. You can get a notification from this. Again, it does do a loud noise notification, so you won't miss the yellow aura part. It will make a point of it. And you can find some more people, and again, that's good. It's good to just find at least 2 people. It's obviously good on Legion himself because you can just tag the one person and then the other one. I would say this is his best teachable perk, because Legion has Iron Maiden and Mad Grit, which aren't very good. Discordance is pretty solid. Again, even at Tier 1 with 64 meters, I think it's pretty crazy. 128 meters is like mental. That's a very big distance. That's like a lot of the map, to be honest. So again, it's a pretty neat tracking perk. I use this on a couple of killers actually. I use it on Spirit. Wraith used to have this. My Clown has this, I think. So a lot of killers can benefit from this. Again, especially high mobility. But I don't want to always just favour that. Like, again, you can basically slap this on most killers and it'll be fine. Finally, we have Enduring, which is a hillbilly perk, and as you can see the description of this perk, it's a very complicated, detailed one, so I'll try and simplify it for you. Basically, you reduce the duration of pallet stuns by 40%, which is 45% at Tier 2 and 50% at Tier 3. So I think this is one of those perks, even if you use it at Tier 1, you'll still get, like, amazing value from it, because, like, 10% isn't much, but at Tier 3, like, the stun basically doesn't exist. Like, it's basically nothing happening. This is really good on a lot of M1 killers, a lot of killers who don't have great chase. Wraith is a great example of this, because Wraith has a pallet diet, so, it helps on him. I use this on Pig, I use this on Ghostface, I use this on Legion, I used to use this on Plague, Clown again, I think Clown used to have this as well. So I feel like a lot of killers who just have to eat pallets a lot and just get slammed in chases all the time can really benefit from this. You can combine it with Brutal Strength, but the most common one is to combine it with Spirit Fury. Spirit Fury will have it so once you've broken a certain amount of pallets, the next time you get stunned, it will instantly break the pallet. So obviously if you combine it with a perk that reduces the pallet stun by half, and it instantly breaks the pallet, you basically it's like nothing happened. It's literally like there was not even a pallet there. So again, I feel like unfortunately a lot of people just associate with this with, oh my god, associate this with Spirit Fury. Even though you can just use this perk by itself and it's great, you can come out with Spirit Fury, but you know, I feel like, you know, use it by itself a bit more because it is good. You don't always have to be using it with Spirit Fury, you know. It is its own perk. Yeah. I'm going to go over which ones I think you should buy from the shrine, and I'm going to say Adrenaline is probably the best one. Adrenaline is absolutely crazy, as you can see from the description. Like, there's so much going on at once. The second that last gen gets done, you go God mode, so Adrenaline is really good. But Meg also has Quick and Quiet and Sprint Burst, which are both very good perks as well. And she's a free character, to be fair, so it's probably just worth leveling up Meg, so but, you know, if you can't wait, or if you're not doing Meg for a while yet, then, you know, because I think Adrenaline is level 40, I think, so it's the last one you get, so maybe if you really, really want it, and again, like, it's a solid perk on anyone, so keep that in mind. Dead Hard is good, it's just really unreliable, because David has We're Gonna Forever, which is great for blood points. I feel like I've got a feeling that's going to come on the shrine in this event. And also No Mither, which is terrible. So I feel like this is his best perk, definitely, but it's really unreliable. I use this on a lot of my survivors, but it is very inconsistent, so be careful of that. The Discordance is pretty solid, to be fair. Get it if you want, because legions of perks are not anything to write home about, so if this interests you, or if you do struggle to find survivors in your games and you spend a lot of time just walking around not doing anything, then this would be good as well. And again, Enduring is, you know, it's pretty good. I don't know if I would buy it from the shrine though. Something about that just seems a bit off, because Hillbilly has Tinkerer, which is great, and Lightborn, which is like, you know, that's pretty okay. I still think Tinkerer is probably his best perk, but this is really good for those killers that if you've got any killers you play who just get stunned a lot and you just eat pallets, chase after chase. Yeah, sure, go for it. If you've got Brutal Strength or Spirit Fury already, then, you know, that's great. Maybe you can combo them all together and not have to worry about chases at all. So, guys, that's going to do it from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.